Welcome to another full day in my kitchen video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Nicole and I make these full day in my kitchen videos, I would say semi-regularly. I am editing this video right now and usually I would just edit all the footage in one full sweep and then do the voiceover after. But to be honest, this week, the last like 2-3 days, I've been feeling very overwhelmed. Like I got to the point that I was hitting up ChatGPT and I was like, why am I feeling this? Like try to use it as a therapist, which is so crazy. But I'm not gonna lie, it did give some helpful advice. I've been in therapy quite a few times and it was giving like therapist based advice. So I don't know. Anyway, the reason I wanted to come on here and say something before fully editing is because while I was editing, it was reminding me why I love filming videos and creating videos. First of all, I really like giving like helpful content and helping anyone in any way that I can. This is probably the third reason is it's really just a hobby for me. But second, it really is just like it's a video diary for me. I can look back on my life, look back on stages of my life, and then I can look at it. And often while I'm editing, like when I was editing this one, my husband came up behind me and was like messing with me. He just likes to do silly things like that. My daughter runs through in the morning, and it just like made me think, like, wow, like you're so overwhelmed for what? Like, look at how many blessings you have. I think my son was still sleeping. That's why he doesn't pop up in the beginning. But it was really just a good reminder to me that I just have so many blessings. And this is not to like discount how I was feeling because I don't want to be like, I don't want to ever discount my feelings because my feelings are valid. But at the same time, I can realize how much I have to be grateful for. And I really am so grateful for it. Something that I like to do in a practice that helps me, it might not help you, but I'm going to share because it might help you, is I think back to when I was younger. And I think my son's supposed to be sleeping, but I can hear him saying, I think back to when I was younger and think, okay, would that version of me look at me now and be like, oh my gosh, like, look how like cool and sweet and like would that version of me look up to me now? And if the answer is yes, like that's enough for me. That's so cool to think if the younger version of you would look up to you now. Like what's cooler? Like that's actually so cool. I think about that a lot. I think about how amazed the younger me would be at the life I live right now, how amazed and proud of all the things I've done and continue to work towards the younger me would be proud of. I thought this was going to be like a quick little chat, but I just rambled on. So I'm going to get back to actually talking about what I'm making. While I was chatting, I was making some pancakes. This batter can sit for a little bit. So I think I had a really early appointment. So I let it sit. And then my husband actually started getting the pancakes going because my appointment ran later than I thought. Finished those off. While that was going, I also baked up some sourdough bread. This is the next evening. It's 9:40. I'm continuing this voiceover. Pretty late for me, but I wanted to get this voiceover done so I can get this video up for you tomorrow. The next thing I made happened to be my breakfast, which kind of brings me to the difference between these full day in my kitchen videos versus like a full day of eating what I eat in a day videos. The reason I love these full day in my kitchen videos is that I'm able to share not only a few of the meals that I eat, but also the meals I make throughout the day for my family. I have my husband that I make meals for, and then I also have two toddlers, a 3.5-year-old and a 2-year-old. So I think kind of seeing that variety gives you more inspiration. I also do think it makes the video a little bit more different and interesting than a full day of eating. I don't know. I just randomly came up with this video style a while ago and I kept posting them and it seems like they're helpful to you. So I spent a lot of time in my kitchen as a homemaker and as someone that actually enjoys making food. So why not share a little tidbit of what I'm making? Now, I don't show every single thing that I make throughout the day in these videos because that would just make the videos very long. I don't know. If you want to see a video of literally everything I make in the kitchen, like including even like my coffee, any like fun drinks I make, let me know because I can do that. I can do like a full day in my kitchen video. But for now, I just kind of pick and choose what to show. After making my breakfast, I did make some banana bread. We had some bananas that were very brown. What else to do with very brown bananas? You can either make a smoothie, put them in the freezer first. It's going to add thickness and make your smoothie like just so yummy and that great consistency, or you can make banana bread. I decided to make banana bread. This is actually my mom's recipe that she doesn't normally measure, but I asked her to measure it for me so I can make it. The only difference that I do from what she gave me is that I think she said to put a cup of sugar in. I've just been slowly reducing the amount of sugar I add every time I make this banana bread recipe to see how low I can go on the added sugar and still taste good. Because if you use super brown bananas, they're pretty sweet on their own. Obviously, it's like, I know it's called banana bread, but it's basically banana cake, right? Because it has sugar in it. I've even seen banana bread with like chocolate chips and stuff. Right now, I'm at the point that I'm doing like a little bit under 3/4 cup sugar. I think the next time I make it, I'm just going to do a half cup and see how it turns out. I also did decide to make these into muffins rather than a banana bread loaf, just to kind of switch it up. And it seems my kids actually enjoy the muffins more just because it's a muffin shape. You know how toddlers are. They like a little variety. Don't we all? Don't we all? You can also see my kids playing in the background. Something that's so fun, like as they get older, I'm still obviously interacting with them throughout the day, but it's just a lot less like I have to have eyes on them every single second versus when they were super little. And like even when my daughter was a little bit older, but my son was still crawling or like barely walking, where I could not take my eyes off of him for like even 1 second. Now I can. They also like understand what I'm doing. Like they'll peep in and help. They love helping me bake. They love baking with me, cooking with me. They understand if I say like, okay, I'm doing something that's maybe not the safest, and they understand for the most part. We're still learning fully, but they're definitely just like understanding more, which is fun and makes my life a little bit like just more functional. I don't know if that's the right word. I want to say it makes my life more functional. I don't know the right word. Anyway, the last thing, oh, not the last thing, but the second to last thing I made for dinner were these crispy baked beef tacos. I'm going to link the recipe down below because I did loosely follow this recipe from Defined Dish. These turn out super yummy and actually would be a great dish to make if you already had like cooked leftover beef. This would make this meal come together so fast. I also love any meal that ends like the last part of the meal ends in the oven, so while it's in the oven you can be cleaning up your kitchen at the same time. Like that's ideal when your food is ready and then your kitchen is clean. Fantastic. I ended up using a pound of beef for this recipe, and at the end of filling all these tacos I still had probably like around a little under a quarter pound of beef left. And then the next day I actually just made, like, I think I made my husband like just a beef quesadilla on the stove with the leftovers, and it was still very good. This will definitely be a meal that I make again. Very easy. I feel like the ingredients are very simple too. No like crazy one off ingredients or very expensive ingredients. So I would definitely recommend it. Again, I'll link it down below if you want to try it out. Now, to the actual last thing I made was my Ninja Creamy. I used a Koya protein shake. You saw me drinking this in the morning. I drank that before my appointment. Usually I'll have something like a little bit more substantial post workout, but because I had such an early appointment, I went to get something in, and that's where I think these protein shakes can really come into play. Just like if you need something, like just grab it and go versus not eating. That's not good. Don't not eat. Also love using these Koya protein shakes to make Ninja Creamies. You freeze it for at least 12 hours, so I kind of always have one in the freezer ready to go for the next day. I just freeze the shakes just as is if I'm just doing a pretty plain mix in. And this day, I originally was just going to add true fruit on top as a mix in, but then I was like, wait a second, you know what would sound good? A peanut butter and jelly creamy. I love a peanut butter and jelly. My favorite food is shrimp. After that, it's probably sushi, and then third, honestly, is probably a good PB and J. Like I love a good PB and J. So I decided to add some peanuts and then some jam. This was so good. I've made this exact same thing I think 3 4 times since. Well, this was what, Tuesday, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So yeah, I think I've made it 4 more times since I made it. It's so yummy. If you love PB&J and have a creamy, you have to try this. But yeah, that was everything I decided to share for my full day in my kitchen. Let me know if you want me to do like a full, like I'm showing you everything in my kitchen, full day in my kitchen video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you actually liked it. And I hope this video is helpful, and I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. Bye.